Brown rolls right,
Safety.
heavy pressure coming, and he runs out of the back of the end zone, and that is indeed a safety at the 6:52 mark of the first quarter. Woo. It is going to be a long night for these Red Dragons, indeed.
That's why Dragons are extinct.
It is 16-0 after a safety on the quarterback, Peyton Brown.
I think you have to give out a team because he ran out of bounds.
Oh yeah, he was evading pressure, my man. He had gray jerseys all over him.
I got to tell you, and you know, this is where I guess we can call it a coaching adjustment. We talked about this.
Yeah.
He ran out. But I think 23 was putting pressure on him, but he ran out on his own.
Yeah.
This is where you're going to make a coaching adjustment. You have a young team. You need to maintain control of the ball. At this point, they have negative yardage on only 3 official plays.
Yeah.
4 penalties for 25 yards. So you need to maintain control of the ball. So you're going to have to tell your team, there must have been a penalty on that play. Oh, no, he's on the free kick.
On the safety. On the safety.
You need to tell your team, if you get possession, we are just going to run the ball. We're just going to run the ball.
But that's all.
Let's take time off the clock.
Yeah, I know. It is going to be difficult this evening as we get ready to go back to action. St. Albans waits to kick the ball away at 6:52 mark of the first quarter. It is 6-0 in favor of the Cabell Midland Knights. Ball is taken at the 36-yard line to the 40, 45 and 50, 45 and 40, and down to the 37-yard line for the Cabell Midland Knights. That is Baden Gillespie. So a nice return for the Knights and Baden Gillespie to the 36-yard line. Officially, I believe, as they've got it between the 37 and 36. So put on the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cabell Midland Knights. 6:43 left in this first quarter. The Knights lead it 16-0. Back to work for Jaden Johnson and the Cabell Midland offense. Cottle is the lone back. A man to the short side right as Johnson will settle in under center. And now they send a man in motion. That's Isaiah Vaughn around the right side. Goes Johnson, still on his feet at the 20, and he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Johnson with a nice carry down to the 20-yard line. Give him 16 yards on that carry and another first down for your Cabell Midland Knights. That is their 5th first down of the night, but a flag is going to pull that play back to the 40-yard line, and then they'll march it off on the hold. So that ball will go all the way back to the midfield stripe. Johnson had taken it all the way down, but it is negated by the holding call on the Knights. So they will have it first down from the midfield stripe.
Well, they marked them off 13 yards on that penalty.
Yes, they did. 1st and 10 for Jaden Johnson. Cottle's the lone back. They'll send a man in motion. It's Isaiah Vaughn. Right up the middle of the ball goes. And getting back a little bit of positive yardage to the 44-yard line. Give him 6 on the carry. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 17. 6 minutes on a rolling clock here in the first quarter. Knights lead at 16-0. Cabell Midland back to work. Jaden Johnson under center. Single back set for the Knights is Cottle. Johnson settles in. They send Vaughn in motion. He turns, keeps the ball himself. Actually hands it off last second. And a nice exchange there between Cottle and Johnson. Down to the original starting point for this drive at the 36-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 10 with 5:19 on a rolling clock here in the first quarter. Back to work for this Knight offense. Johnson will settle under center with Cottle in the backfield. They will send Vaughn in motion. There's the snap. Looking to throw is Johnson. Fires left side. He's got a man over the left shoulder of his receiver. Boy, that was a nice looking pass. It was intended for
Chandler.
Chandler Schmidt, and it falls incomplete. He led him out just a little too far. As you see Dragovich coming back into the ball game for the Cabell Midland Knights, Schmidt was just out of reach of that football.
Tell you what, I really like for him to run to the wide side of the field here. I think there's a lot of space. They only really have one defender. He's a long defender, which is Clater.
4th and 10 from the 36-yard line. Cottle in the backfield with Johnson now stepping in under center. Takes the snap, rolls right, pressure comes. Johnson evades pressure, now keeps the football. Still on his feet at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Jaden Johnson in for the score from 36 yards out. There were white jerseys all over him. He spun out of a tackle, evaded 2 more, and found his way into the end zone from 36 yards out. What a great run for Jaden Johnson.
And I got to tell you, St. Albans on that particular play was in shock because Midland actually had trips to the short side of the field. And the St. Albans coaches were like, we've never seen that before. But he did roll out and looked like he was going to pass. But with the coverage following the receivers, he was able to get the first down and then the touchdown. So
Olivia Charles waits on the ball. It's on the ground. Kick is up. Kick is in, and it is good. With 4:50 left in this first quarter, it is 23 for the Knights and 0 for the Red Dragons. We will step away and come back with more Cabell Midland football on 97.9 The River. Wow.
Planning for a funeral is never easy, and selecting the right mortuary can be important. Family owned and operated for over 6 decades, our family has helped other families going through the most difficult time. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory can help you plan arrangements today or offer a pre-need funeral plan in line with your intimate wishes. And now, we provide Huntington's only on-site crematory. Call us for a free consultation. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory, serving the tri-state for over 60 years.
The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week, presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute, is brought to you in part by TaxMasters. Visit TaxMasters ProBooks at TaxMastersProBooksPlus.com or call them at 740-867-8333. And Jason W. Elkins at Elkins State Farm Agency. Jason can help you find coverage that works for you. Jason W. Elkins, State Farm Agent, 4346 5th Street Road, Huntington, and the Governor's Highway Safety Program. You drive, you text, you pay.
Prepares the kickoff for the Cabell Midland Knights, and another nice-looking kick to the 16-yard line and 17-yard line. St. Albans going to bring it out to the 25 and 30. Ball is taken to the 30, where the ball will be, where the return man will be marked down, and that is where the Red Dragons will take over 1st and 10. The 5-play, 36-yard drive, elapsing 2 minutes and 2 seconds off of the clock. Capped off by a 36-yard touchdown run by Jaden Johnson. And the extra point by Olivia Charles is good. And that leads us to your first quarter score of 23-0 in favor of the Cabell Midland Knights. St. Albans back on the field with their offense.
They got a quarterback change. Number 2's in for quarterback.
All right, that is Leonard Clater is calling the signals for the Red Dragons now. He will send 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Clater going to keep the football himself, rolls right, going to keep it across the 30 to the 33 and out. Taken down by number 66, Nemo Roberts, in on that stop for the Cabell Midland Knights.
So that's again, 3?
Clater gets 3 yards on the carry, maybe 4.
And I tell you what, if he continues to play quarterback and the way he's holding that ball, because he's holding that ball like a basketball, it's going to come out.
4:09 left on a rolling clock here in the first quarter. 23-0 is your score, as Clater calling the shots once again for the Red Dragons. Single back set, 3 wideouts left. There's a snap. Going to keep it himself. Scoots around 1 defender. Now pressure comes, and he's dropped in the backfield at the 29-yard line.
Kobe Holland.
And by Holland drops Clater for a loss of about 4 or 5. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 10 for the Red Dragons.
Peyton Brown's back in at quarterback.
So Brown will come back in to call the signals for the Red Dragons. Maybe they gave him something for his nerves. 3 wideouts to the right side, 2 to the far side left, with a single back in the backfield. That's DeMontez Johnson. Long snap count for the Red Dragons, looking to pass. Ooh. Pressure comes now. Rolling left side. He's got some time and he's got some room to run. There's a flag down the backfield. He slid 3 yards before the defender ever got to him, but it is positive yardage for the Red Dragons, but I think it's coming back on the flag.
No, actually they're saying against the Midland, face mask.
So Peyton Brown brings it out for a 6 or 7 yard gain, and they will cap on the penalty on the Knights for the face mask. And that will give St. Albans their first down of the ball game.
And I tell you, even on that play, Midland had pressure on that quarterback, and they missed a couple of tackles. I think fundamentally, they're trying to strip the ball, strip and score. But it's going to be interesting to see how this goes moving forward.
So St. Albans picks up their first down, positive yardage. Actually, their first positive yardage play of the ballgame as well, out to the 41-yard line after the quarterback keeper for Peyton Brown, who is now in the gun, takes a snap, fires right. He's got a receiver. That is going to be caught and taken out across midfield by Leonard Clater. Clater gets into Cabell Midland territory down to the 44-yard line. Going to put the ball on the 43. So their second first down of the evening comes at the 2:43 mark of the first quarter. Your score 23-0, and St. Albans with what's looking like early on here a very nice drive.
And Midland's out of sorts. They did switch their personnel in that series defensively, and I think that's where things seem to be a little out of kilter for them.
Brown takes the snap from the gun, fires left side. He's got a receiver, overthrows him. It was intended for Cooper Lane Sturgill. Falls incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Red Dragons.
And that was really good pressure by number 55, Brendan Moore, who is stout. I mean, they say he's 5'9", 200, but he looks bigger than that, taller as well. And believe it or not, he may be the second best athlete in his household because his sister is a fantastic gymnast and cheerleader. So I'll give him a little credit. Senior night, so I'm going to let him have it.
Back to work for this St. Albans Red Dragon offense. Peyton Brown from the shotgun takes the snap, has a single back, blocking back. Now he fires. He finds a receiver. That is Cooper Lane Sturgill, and he's dropped almost as soon as he catches the football at the 38-yard line. But again, positive yardage to the 38 for the Red Dragons. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 4 on the pass play there. So Cooper Lane Sturgill picks up 6. 2:08 left here in the first quarter as the Red Dragons come back to the line of scrimmage. Brown in the gun. The lone back is Tyreek Wilkins. Tyreek Wilkins, a big boy. Now there's the pass from Brown to the right sideline. His intended receiver was DeMontez Johnson. It falls incomplete. And on the coverage for Cabell Midland was Zach Ramey. I think that's 14.
I tell you what, that was a bad read by the quarterback. It's actually Mason Moran. He's 14. We haven't been here so long. He switched.
Oh, yeah, he did. That's right. They told us that, too.
But the quarterback made a bad read. He had 3 receivers on the short side of the field, only 1 Midland defender. So his big play receiver was actually open. But he's not taking time to make reads. He's making a primary read, and he's not coming off that primary read. He doesn't feel like he has time. So this is a big 4th down play from the Midland defense.
4th and 4 with Brown in the gun and Wilkins in the backfield for the Red Dragons. Brown takes a snap, fires under pressure. He's got a man. It's caught right at the first down mark. That's going to be really close. DeMontez Johnson on the reception there for the Red Dragons. That is going to be close to a first down.
They're going to measure.
And they are going to measure.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be close.
And again, the thing about that, the kid that caught it was actually Clater. He's 6'4", but he took steps back to avoid contact.
Yeah.
He did not want to take the hit, and that may have put him right on the line. He made this play closer than it had to be. And they're stretching it.
It's going to be a first down, I think.
They haven't stretched it yet. It's tangled.
They got it. By the nose of the football. Indeed, it's a first down. That is St. Albans' 3rd first down of the evening. Actually, that's their 3rd first down of this drive. The first few times that St. Albans had the football did not go well for them but now they look like they're putting a little bit of a drive together as they are on the 34-yard line of the Cabell Midland Knights. 1st and 10, a minute 38 left here in the first quarter. The Red Dragons into Midland territory at the 33. Brown in the backfield, hands it off to Wilkins. Wilkins is upended just at the point of the handoff. So about a 3 or 4 yard loss back to the 37-yard line, I think, is where they're going to mark it.
That was by Palmer Riggio with a really nice tackle. The Wilkins kid, I think he's playing out of position. He's 6'6".
Yeah, he's not supposed to be there for sure.
If you're going to be 6'6", you probably need to be about 230.
And
like
here's
size.
The best part about this Wilkins kid, 2'10", 6'6", and look at that grade. He's a freshman.
He's going to be dunking on people.
He absolutely will be dunking on people.
But it won't be a football.
2nd and 14 for the Red Dragons with 3 wideouts right, 1 to the far side left as Gillespie is in the backfield.
Oh.
There's the pass. Looking down the middle of the field, he's got a receiver, but Midland is all over that play. The intended receiver was DeMontez Johnson. It falls incomplete. It'll be for 3rd down and 14.
And Fetty came on a delayed blitz on that particular play and again put pressure on the kid. I mean, the kid he's hanging tough. He's only a freshman too. And he beat out preseason. I think they had 5 quarterbacks that actually were in contention. And the quarterback last year is actually playing tight end. Number 12, I think Nicholas Roy for St. Albans. So, they have a lot of different moving parts here.
Brown from the shotgun once again, takes the snap, looking to pass, fires across the line of scrimmage. He's got a receiver, and it's lost. The football is lost. It's coughed up. Nemo Roberts across the field to the 40, 35 and 30. All kinds of room to run. Nemo Roberts from 63-yard fumble return for Nemo Roberts.
Nemo!
Wow, Nemo Roberts returns a 63-yard, returns a fumble from 63 yards.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you something. The Roberts group has there's been about 4 of those kids coming through here, and they talk about Nemo in particular because I think he's the only Roberts kid that has a little bulk to him. All of them are lean. They're thoroughbreds. They got a Clydesdale in that one.
Nemo Roberts brings it all the way back for the score from 63 yards out on the fumble return. Olivia Charles on the extra point try. It is 29-0 in favor of the Cabell Midland Knights. The ball is down. The kick is up. Olivia Charles sends it in and good to make it 30-0 in favor of your Cabell Midland Knights. We will step away. We will come back with more right here on 97.9 The River.
Hey, this is Luke Samons, Cabell Midland football coach. Our kids are awesome. Football and athletics give kids an opportunity to be a part of something bigger than themselves and to proudly represent their communities. Our kids work hard all year to be successful on this field and in the classroom, and they serve as positive examples for all students. Cabell County Schools, be awesome.
Little General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Olivia Charles is getting the workout here tonight. She prepares the kickoff after finishing things off with the extra point to make it 30-0. A 63-yard fumble return by Nemo Roberts. Olivia Charles caps it off with the extra point and makes it 30-0. Olivia Charles' kick squibs through the first line of defenders, and it's fallen on at the 37-yard line by the Red Dragons, and that's where they'll take over 1st and 10 with about 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It has been all Midland all night. At the 22.7 second mark, Nemo Roberts scores for the Knights on a 63-yard fumble returned for a touchdown. Olivia Charles with the extra point, and that gets us at 30-0. mark for the Knights, 0 for the Red Dragons, but they're back out on the field with their offense. Brown takes the snap, hands it off. That is to Wilkins. Wilkins falls across for a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
I was asking whether they had oxygen on the sideline because I didn't see Nemo playing defense. I think he's still catching his breath from their run.
Yeah.
But it gives us an opportunity to see my man on his senior night. He was so excited. He tweeted today, Zachary Farnsworth, saying it's game day at the Castle, ride or die. So, the great career, Farnsey, and I hope that
for sure.
You get to ride high, baby.
That is the end of the first quarter with Cabell Midland leading 30-0. 5 first downs in the first quarter for Cabell Midland, and unbelievably, the first down tally is pretty close. St. Albans with 3 first downs, but let me just tell you, their first 2 drives sputtered pretty quickly. In that last drive before the fumble, they were moving the football pretty well, but again, Nemo Roberts comes up with it, returns the fumble for a touchdown, and Olivia Charles caps the extra point on to make it 30-0. So Midland is all over these Red Dragons here this evening. It is senior night, by the way, so lots of the Midland Knights football team, cheerleaders, band members, all with their last appearance here on their home turf here at the Castle. So wrapping up those careers, we say good luck to those athletes and band members and cheerleaders, and good luck as you enter the next phase of the academic career. Hopefully, I was listening to all of the announcement as they announced the seniors and their parents this evening, and they all have pretty lofty expectations. I heard somebody say, Kent Bryson, they wanted to be president. You couldn't pay me to take that job right now, pal.
That's true. I hear that the cheerleading squad, are they have regionals tomorrow?
They are at regionals in Parkersburg, West Virginia tomorrow.
Let's good luck to the Knights all across the board.
St. Albans will have the football to start off this second quarter of action, and a new signal caller in for the Knights. Actually, no, take that back. That is Peyton Brown. Brown with a
nice
long
throw.
pass down the right sideline. The intended receiver was Cooper Lane Sturgill. It falls incomplete, and that was a nice ball. Sturgill,
It was.
to be honest with you, I thought that he had a chance at it, but
No, he
it
didn't.
was incomplete, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10, or rather 3rd and 8. We were in the Red Dragons series after that 2-yard gain on their first play. So it'll be 3rd and 8 from the 39-yard line. Or from the 37, rather. 11:53 to go here in this first half as Brown stands in the gun with Wilkins in the backfield with him. Looking to pass against Brown. Nice ball, a rocket of a pass to midfield, and there's going to be a flag. The intended receiver was Leonard Clater, and it falls incomplete, but there are flags at the midfield stripe.
They gave a hold. I thought it was either going to be, it looked like it wasn't a PI, but they gave a hold.
So it'll be against the Knights, and that will give St. Albans another first down. As a matter of fact, that's their 4th first down of the evening, as they will get into Midland territory by virtue of the penalty.
You know, St. Albans has, 3 turnovers and a safety in the first quarter.
Yep.
That gives rise to a 30-point deficit.
Yes, it does.
No matter what math you're using. I know there's a lot of virtual teachers out there where they're using Common Core.
I was going to say that's common. That's not Common Core math right there. That's common sense math, Kent Bryson. So that
looks like they're marking them off.
Marking them off to the 38-yard line. It's a 10-yard from the spot as a spot foul. So at the 48, they'll go to the 38. So 1st and 10 for the Red Dragons of St. Albans. Single back in the backfield is Wilkins. 2 wideouts to the right side, or 3 wideouts to the right side. One to the near side left. Brown looking to pass. Fires down the right sideline. He's got a receiver. He's open and off of the hands of DeMontez Johnson. It falls incomplete.
And that should have been offensive pass interference because Jayden Johnson got pushed right around the 10, and he's actually looking to the official, and the official's just kind of saying, well, you're up 30-0.
We're good. Yeah.
You're up 30-0, man. I can't help you here.
2nd and 10 from the 38-yard line for the Red Dragons as Brown checks the sideline for his play. 11:41 left in this first half. Cabell Midland leads it 30-0. Brown from the shotgun once again. Wilkins in the backfield. There's the snap. Looking to throw.
Coming.
Heavy pressure. Fires for the right sideline. Just throwing it away to get rid of it. He did not want to get murdered, so he lets it rip.
That has to be grounding. He threw it to the golf cart.
Yeah, it was coming around. It's coming around, and it is intentional grounding. He had made no progress at all. So they'll back St. Albans up on the intentional grounding call. They'll put the ball at the 48-yard line.
Now, let's see.
Is that a 15? No, it's from the spot?
Yeah, it's a spot.
Yeah, spot. So they'll
it's
put
a
the
loss
ball
of down, too.
It lost it down, spot foul. So it will come back into Red Dragon territory at the 47-yard line. So the ball rests on the 47, and it is third down for the Red Dragons. 11:35 to go here in this first quarter. Midland leading 30-0, or first half rather.
They don't even know what the distance is. They just left it blank.
Brown fires. He's got a receiver. It was intended for DeMontez Johnson, but Midland gets right in the way of it. It was batted down by Palmer Riggio. So that will bring up fourth down and 27 from the 47 for the Red Dragons.
I got to tell you, when you think about plays, and I'm trying to reminisce about each play that I saw, Riggio's kick six last year against Hurricane.
Yeah.
That's probably, I would say, the play of his career.
Yep, I think you're right.
That was a fantastic play by the kid. Changed the whole demeanor of the game in the season for Midland.
St. Albans will punt it away. Here's the kick. An end-over-end kick bounces at the 22. It's going to be picked up at the 17. Rolls around to the left side and is returned out to the 25-yard line, we'll call it. The return was by Baden Gillespie. Gillespie brings it out to the 25, and that's where the Midland Knights will take over. First and 10 with 11:21 to go here in the first half. Just underway here in the second quarter. Jaden Johnson brings his offense to the line of scrimmage. A single wide out to the far side. Again is on the 24-yard line, not the 25. First and 10 for the Knights as Johnson gives the play out to his team. They hit the line of scrimmage. Johnson going to settle in under center with a single back in the backfield. Dragovich to the far side left. There's a snap. Ball goes right up the middle. Not much going on there, but it's making something out of nothing there.
No, you hurt. We got an injured player.
We got a Red Dragon on the ground.
And I can't figure out whether he got pellets in his eye because he was rolling around with Cottle.
Yeah.
And Cottle was twisting, but he was twisting too. But I think he may either twisted something in his back. He's holding his back. So that's what it was when, it's sort of like Bronco busting.
Yep.
He got Cottle, and Cottle wouldn't go down, so they went around and around.
11 yards for Cottle gives Cabell Midland the first down. Johnson under center. They send a man in motion. Cottle gets the call again. Right up the middle, across the 40 to the 43-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 8 for the Knights, and it'll bring up second down and 2. Cottle finding his groove here in the second quarter. Ball rests on the 43. 10:25 left in this second quarter. Midland leads it 30-0.
And I got to tell you, if I had to pick a Cottle play, I got one go with 2. I got 2 for Cottle after this play to tell you about, which I think are just reminiscent of sort of where he's at.
Back to work for the Knights. Johnson under center. They send a man in motion. That's Gillespie. The ball is given and leaping up over.
They're going to call him on that.
Yeah, they are. Cottle's going to get called for that. Cottle brought it out and picked up enough yards to get the first down, but they're going to call
what the call is.
Personal foul on the Knights.
It's got to be the hurdle.
It has to
be the hurdle because I think when he went over, he did clear him, but it looked like he may have caught him.
Yeah. So the personal foul is going to be backed up, a 15-yarder. And the ball will come back to the 32-yard line.
All right, so I'm going to start with my Cottle plays. I think number 2, he gets 2. Because I think so when he flat-backed the Huntington quarterback this year, the first home game, I got to give him that on defensively. But, boy, for this call here.
Back to work. Jaden Johnson under center. There's the snap, looking to pass. Dragovich, left side. He's got Dragovich. He lays out, and it's incomplete. Coverage for the Red Dragons was number 22, Aiden Holbert, and the pass falls incomplete. Dragovich had a shot at it, but
Johnson led him too far.
He did.
I mean, I got to give it. If Drago would have hit right down the seam, there was no one back there because they decided they're flipping up their defensive coverage, and they're actually going with a smaller DB, which I think Dragovich can handle.
It'll be 3rd and 13 for the Knights as they come out of the huddle. Cottle, the lone back. Dragovich, the lone wide out to the far side left. Johnson under center. They send a man in motion, and flags fly. They drew the Red Dragons off sides just as they were trying to do. Nobody stayed home, and that'll be a 5-yarder. They'll replay it. It'll be 3rd and 8 with 9:40 left in the first half.
And the reason why number 22 is out there is that the person who normally plays that position, who's about 4 inches taller than he is sitting the bench. So number 2 for St. Albans is on the bench. It doesn't look like he's receiving any type of treatment other than perhaps the coach feels like this is necessary to kind of prove a point.
Back to work for this Cabell Midland Knight offense. Single back, single wide out. Man in motion is Gillespie. Jaden Johnson's going to be covered up in the backfield. On the tackle was number 44. That is Elijah Edge.
And that's Midland's first sack that they've given up this year.
And so it'll bring up 4th and 13. They lost those 5 yards they got by drawing the Red Dragons off sides just a play ago. So it'll be 4th down and 13 with 9:02 left on a rolling clock here in the first half. Midland up 30-0.
Let's see here. They're going with 2 wides. It should be Gillespie.
Single back. And under center's Johnson. They send Gillespie in motion. He gets the pitch out. Around the left side he goes. 35 and 40, still on his feet at the 45. Across midfield, he's got the first down and more into St. Albans territory all the way down to the 46-yard line. A nice run
by Baden Gillespie.
22 yards on the pickup. Gives Cabell Midland their 7th first down of the evening.
And I tell you, Midland is getting some tells in their formation. We could tell just by seeing when they were going to that 2 wide set how they were lined up, which way he was going to go. 1st and
10 in Red Dragon territory. The pitch out from Jaden Johnson. It is to Vaughn, I believe, and he has run out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
And that was the exact same play. They just reversed the pitch.
12 yards, and that's the Midland Knights' 8th first down of the evening as they move the sticks, and Midland moving the football effectively once again. Game clock is resting at 8:10. Now
they have 12 players on the field. St. Albans should. 5.
There's the snap.
There was 12.
Ball goes right up the middle, and the ball will be taken to the 30-yard line by Cottle. 4 yards on the pickup for the Knights. And Wells on the tackle for the Red Dragons. It'll be 2nd down and 6 from the 30-yard line.
I'm pretty sure that last play St. Albans had 12 people on the field. I think that player was late running off, but they actually brought in a slot corner, and there were 2 of them there.
Back to work for the Midland offense. Johnson settles in under center. They'll send Gillespie in motion. Cottle gets the call. Right up the middle he goes to the 25-yard line. And he'll pick up 5 yards and be about a half yard shy of that first down mark. It'll bring up 3rd down. 7:20 left in this first half. Midland leads it 30-0.
All right, my favorite Cottle play was last year. It was in, I guess you can call it the Final Four, the last game they had last season against Spring Valley. He put the hit stick on 2 Spring Valley defenders, kind of solidified his role as the dominant beast at the Castle.
Jaden Johnson on the quarterback keeper around the right side inside the 20, 15-10, evades the defender inside the 5, and it's taken out of bounds by Leonard Clater at the 2-yard line. So a 24-yard run for Jaden Johnson inside the 5-yard line down to the 2 gives Midland their 9th first down of the evening. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line.
Unleash the beast. He's getting this ball.
How many players are on the field for St. Albans right now? Count those.
Not enough.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Back to work for the Knights and into the end zone and up end over end is Jacob Cottle on a 2-yard touchdown run.
I think you got to call that easy money.
Well, when they're one player shy of what they should have on the field.
Actually, they do have 11.
They did not a minute ago.
But the one player did not participate, so I guess it's 11 on the field, but one not participating. Yeah. They're done.
Olivia Charles with the extra point try. Ball's down, kicks up. At the 6:39 mark, she sends the ball through the uprights, and your score is 37 for Cabell Midland, 0 for St. Albans. We'll step away and come back with more Cabell Midland football on 97.9 The River.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Been to Oscar's Breakfast, Burgers, and Brews lately? Notice anything new? How about breakfast served all day? Plus burgers served all day. In fact, everything on the menu is now available from open till close. And space, a heck of a lot more space, at their brand new location in the River Place Plaza in Barboursville. Oscar's Breakfast, Burgers, and Brews. Order online at oscarsbbb.com.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Back here at the Castle, Chris Tatum and Kent Bryson, your score 37-0 after a 2-yard touchdown run by Jacob Cottle. The extra point by Olivia Charles was good at the 6:39 mark of the second quarter. Charles now prepares the kickoff for the Cabell Midland Knights. Kick is away. It's straight up in the air, taken at the 38-yard line by Christopher Marquardt, and it's brought to the 41-yard line. Not much of a return. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Dragons from the 41-yard line. Charles actually has had 2 or 3 really good kickoffs here this evening. Boomers, if you will. Looking pretty confident out there this evening. Yeah, so she pops one up. It's taken to the 38. Midland converges on the return man and takes him down at the 41-yard line. So that's where the Red Dragons will start. 1st and 10. Peyton Brown called the signals for the Red Dragons as it'll be Tyreek Wilkins in the backfield. Brown takes the snap, hands it off. Wilkins is stood up at the line of scrimmage, and it's almost like slow motion, Kent, honestly. And I think, yep.
You know that was Farnsey.
Yep, it was.
He gave him a hug. Welcome to the castle.
Yeah, why not?
But
it'll be 2nd and 11 after officially a 1-yard loss on that play.
But the Hamler kid for St. Albans, I think he smashed Caden Gillespie on the ground. And that was a lot of impression.
Told you, he's a big kid. 5:55, clock rolls here in the second quarter. Brown in the backfield. Single back is Wilkins. There's the snap, looking to throw. Now pulls it down. He's going to run. Brown now passes, looking for a receiver over on that far side. The right side was Leonard Clater, but Brown was already flushed out. Clater was nowhere to be found. The pass falls incomplete. 3rd and 11.
And you don't want to say that any team doesn't want to be here, but you're not really getting a lot of effort right now from your opponent. I mean, they're going to and they're playing, but they're not even blocking. They're not running routes. They're not doing anything. They really just feel like they just want to be here.
3rd and 11 from the 40-yard line for the Red Dragons. Brown in the shotgun. Single back, 3 wideouts right. There's the snap. Looking to throw is Brown. Fires. Right side. He's got a man all by himself. It's caught at the 30-yard line by Leonard Clater. Clater will go into the end zone. A 50-yard touchdown strike from Brown to Clater.
And that was the worst thing that they could have done.
Yep.
That literally was the worst thing that they could have done, because I think Midland would have probably had let them go the rest of the first half. But that right there, particularly when there wasn't a lot of effort they were showing, now you got something to coach.
60-yard touchdown pass from Brown to Clater, and the extra point on the way for the Red Dragons. It is 37-6. Extra point try coming. Ball's on the ground. The kick is up. It is in and good with 5:34 left in the second quarter. It is now 37 for the Knights and 7 for the Red Dragons. We will step away and come back with more here from the Castle on 97.9 The River.
I trust Huntington Federal. I believe in them, and I think they believe in us.
There it is. Hey, David.
Well, are you both together?
We're sitting here in front of our new dream home.
Well, I think we just made your dreams come true. Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? Hello?
Huntington Federal, making dreams come true.
Going out? Hungry? Have kids? Looking for a fun, casual joint? Then Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington is the place to be. Bring the kids 12 and under on Tuesdays, and they eat for just 99 cents all day long. That's right, an entree, 2 sides, and a drink for less than $1. Plus, Tuesday at Roosters means a featured appetizer all day for just $2. Roosters will lighten your mood and not your wallet. And you can always enjoy your favorite sports on Roosters 40 TVs. Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington. A fun, casual...
Welcome back to the Castle. Chris Tatum and Kent Bryson with you, where the Midland Knights lead this one 37-7 after a 60-yard touchdown pass from Brown to Clater. The Red Dragons preparing to kick it off to start things back here with 5:34 left in the first half. And whistles and flags over on the far sideline. I think they're counting personnel for the Red Dragons.
1, 2, 3.
They've got 12 on the field. There's 12.
There are 12 on the field?
There are 12 on the field. So, again, personnel problems. And they're going to wave it off. They're going to wave it off. They wave it off. But there were 12 players on the field.
Yeah, I was going to say, you saw the player just ran off in front of him when he was waving it off. Like, hey.
Yeah, he did. Yep, indeed. It's been an interesting ball game for sure. 5:34 left in this first half as the Knights lead at 37-7. A 2-play 60-yard drive that elapsed 1 minute and 5 seconds for the Red Dragons to get them on the scoreboard, courtesy of the 60-yard touchdown pass from Brown to Clater. It is 37-7. Back to work for this Red Dragon special teams. Kickoff on the way with Gillespie and Vaughn, the deep men. That one is going to be caught at the 10 off of the hands of Vaughn around the 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Room to run across the 40 and brought out to the 41-yard line, we'll call it, by Isaiah Vaughn. That's where the Knights will take over, 1st and 10. Welcome to the broadcast here. If you're listening on 97.9 The River, thanks to those of you making us a part of your Friday night. Game number 5 for the Knights here this evening. Playoff implications unknown this time based on the color map.
The color map.
We all love that color map. Even Wayne Vaughn, who's listening to us at home, loves the color map.
Do you remember when you were little, you used to have the color by numbers?
I do, yeah.
I feel like that's what we should have.
I've been watching that in a press conference every day from the state capital, West Virginia. It's been pretty entertaining. Back to work for this offense. Jaden Johnson under center. They send Baden Gillespie in motion. The handoff is right up the middle to Jacob Cottle. He's in the open field. Across the 40, 35, and 30. One man to beat to the 20, 25, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown as he leaps for the end zone. A 42-yard touchdown run for Jacob Cottle.
I told you. They released the beast.
Well, they're going to regret that, I think, the touchdown pass.
Yeah, that did it.
So the 42-yard touchdown run for Jacob Cottle.
Is that his third?
That is his, nope.
Second?
Baden Gillespie, Chandler Schmidt, Jaden Johnson, Peyton Brown, Jaden Johnson, and that's his first. That's his first touchdown.
That's got to be his second because he scored on that 2-yard play.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. In this quarter.
This quarter.
Yes, this is his second. You're right. You're correct.
All right.
Extra point from Charles is good with 5:12 left in the first half. It is now 44-7 in favor of the Knights. We will come back with more Cabell Midland football here from the Castle on 97.9 The the River.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
This is going to be America's favorite breakfast. They just don't know it yet.
These are a few of my favorite
Wendy's is changing the game from this to a breakfast that eats other breakfasts for breakfast. Who says you can't have a Baconator for breakfast? Don't just grab a coffee. Grab a Frosty Chino instead. And forget that frozen folded egg stuff. All of these have fresh cracked eggs. One bite and it'll be your new favorite. Guaranteed. Try your new favorite today. We'll even deliver it. Order by 10 a.m.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Hey. Five minutes and 12 seconds left in this first half of football. It's Midland a lot. St. Albans not much. 44-7, in fact, as Olivia Charles prepares to kick it away for the Knights after a 42-yard touchdown run by Jacob Cottle. She tacks on the extra point. She also kicks it away down to the 26-yard line where it's taken by the Red Dragons. He does change direction, but he's going to be taken down at the 24-yard line. Again, that is another player that is not on our depth chart for St. Albans. Number 6 for the Red Dragons is taken down pretty handily in the at the 24-yard line. 24-yard line is where they'll start off.
And you know that play actually was meant to, as he was coming across the field, he was supposed to pitch it to the other guy.
He did not pitch it.
Well, I mean, it would have been successful.
Yeah, he did not pitch it.
But at that point, I was like, hey, kid, block.
Yeah, right?
This block.
Peyton Brown will keep a single back in the backfield for the Red Dragons. 3 wideouts right, 1 here to the near side left as St. Albans is moving from right to left in front of us. Handoff goes right up the middle. That's number 6. The only thing we know about him is his jersey number, and he is taken down. And forward progress is actually stopped at the 27-yard line. So he does get about 2 or 3 yards out of that carry, but he was hit hard, and he was carried back quickly.
Yeah, they actually carried him.
Yeah.
Like he was a sack.
Sack of taters.
Yeah, they did. They actually carried him out. I thought they were going to drop him, but it was very nice that they just let him
just
down.
Gently placed him on the carpet. 2nd and 7 for the Red Dragons as Brown is from the gun once again. Same setup, 3 wideouts right, 1 left. Now looking to pass is Brown. Looking, plenty of room to run. Now he's got convergence by the Midland defense. He slides into a tackle at the 30-yard line. 3 yards
out.
More
He's knocked out.
on the carry for
He's
the Red Dragons,
knocked out.
and Brown is out on the turf.
He's better.
Yeah.
But he slid into that.
He did. He absolutely did.
And that's a very dangerous play for a young kid to do. But he was trying to avoid the tackle, but he was too far committed. And when he slid, they hit. And it wasn't a dirty hit. It wasn't a shoulder. It was just the weight of the 2 players on top of him.
At the end of 1, it was 30-0 in favor of the Knights with 4:12 left in the first half. It is 44-7. Both scores by Jacob Cottle. The first one, a 2-yard touchdown run. Olivia Charles tacks on the extra point. But between those 2 scores, a 60-yard touchdown pass from Brown to Clater. And Brown is the injured Red Dragon that they're looking at right now after he slid into a tackle. But the extra point for the Red Dragons was good to make it 37-7. Then Jacob Cottle, just about 20 seconds later, takes it 42 yards to the house and makes it 44-7 after Olivia Charles's extra point. So that's where we stand right now. 4:12 left in the first half. We'll take a timeout for an injury. We'll be back with more action here from the Castle. This is Cabell Midland Football on 97.9 The River.
Looking for fair prices, professional service, and the most customer-friendly shop in the tri-state? Then Freedom Gun & Pawn in Lavallette is your kind of place. Freedom Gun & Pawn has the best selection of new, pre-owned, and vintage firearms, plus a large stock of ammo and accessories. Freedom Gun & Pawn is everything you want in a gun and pawn shop. Freedom Gun & Pawn, proud to support our local high schools and communities. Across from Food Fair in Lavallette, online at freedomgunandpawn.com.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
44-7 your score. It is 3rd and 4. Ball's on the 30-yard line for the Red Dragons as you have a new signal caller. That is Leonard Clater. He takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Will bring up 4th down for the Red Dragons. 4th down, 4 to go from the 30. As Leonard Clater actually didn't look like he was ready for the snap, Kent, at all.
I think they're going to punt.
They are going to punt.
And I saw this kid punting. They have a big punter, too, if it's the same kid I'm thinking about. He had a pretty good leg on him.
Deep to receive is Baden Gillespie for the Knights as the Red Dragons prepare to kick it away with 3:15 on a rolling clock here in the second quarter.
And actually, he's number 16 who's not on our roster, and I did not see him warm up and punt at all.
There's the snap. The kick is a end-over-end kick. Bounces at the 38-yard line, and the Knights are just going to let it go. And
there we go.
Stopping the ball dead is Aiden Holbert for the Red Dragons at the 40-yard line. So the Knights will take over 1st and 10 from their own 40 with 2:56 to go in this first half. 44-7 is your score. The last time the Knights were on the board was the 5:12 mark of the second quarter, courtesy of a 42-yard touchdown run by Jacob Cottle. That got us to that total of 44. We'll run back over scoring summaries in the halftime report. There's a lot to go over, actually, for these Knights this evening. Here on senior night, 1st and 10 for the Knights from their own 40. Single wideouts Dragovich. They send a man in motion on the end around is Vaughn. He gets out close to midfield before he's run out of bounds by number 14. That is Gage Knighty. But not before. He picks up about 7 yards before being run out of bounds. So he was run out at the 47. Stepped out before Knighty finished it off.
They got 12 men on the field again.
They've had a little trouble with personnel this evening, that's for sure. Cottle the lone back. Jaden Johnson settles in under center. Single wide out to Dragovich. In motion is Vaughn. Ball goes to
7.
Is kept by Johnson. He's got the first down. He's into Red Dragon territory. 40, 35, and 30. Down at the 28. And the tackle is going to be made by 67. I think that's it, 67. That is Evan Rowe. So Rowe on the tackle, but Cabell Midland picks up their 11th first down of the evening. 2:35 left in this first half. 44-7 is your score. Midland has it 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line of the Red Dragons. Johnson brings his play in from the sideline. The Knights will get the signal call and head back to the line of scrimmage. Dragovich on the left side as the lone wideout. Cottle in the backfield. Johnson will settle in under center. They'll send Vaughn in motion. There's the snap, the give, right up the gut. Now cutting around left is Gillespie. Flags on the play. I believe you've got a hold there. And Gillespie gets some positive yardage. We'll see what the call is. It is a hold on the Knights, just as I suspected. So it'll back him up 10.
I gotta tell you, Midland's running some different type of sets here. Look for them because they went to Dragovich early, and that corner that's out there, number 22, is now backing off again with some coverage. Look for them to possibly run a receiver underneath that. Have Dragovich go deep, pull that corner deep, and then run somebody right underneath it, allow Dragovich to block on his way to the end zone.
Midland back to the line of scrimmage. Jaden Johnson with Cottle in the backfield. A single wide out. They send a man in motion. That's Vaughn. The call is going to go to Cottle. Cottle bounces off a defender. Still on his feet at the 30, 25. Spins away from a tackle. Down inside the 20. Knee never went down. He's down to the 17-yard line. What a great run by Jacob Cottle.
And yeah, he's out. He hurt his leg and his head. His leg, shoulder, and head.
About 20 yards on that carry.
And he took himself out.
He did come out of the ball game on his own. He is limping off the field.
And I tell you, he was spinning in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, he
in
was.
the last spin, when he went down, they came all that pressure on his leg.
1st and 10. That is the 12th first down of the night for the Knights as Johnson settles under center. There's the snap, hands it off, right up the middle, and diving for the end zone. Ball comes. Thought the ball came out.
They're calling
They're calling him down. They're calling him down. The ball did come out. Jackson Fetty on the carry down to the 2-yard line. The Fetty Express, if you will.
Well, first downs and touchdowns. That's what he does.
That's it.
So we got a first down.
1st and goal from the 2-yard line for the Cabell Midland Knights as the Knights head back to the line of scrimmage. A minute to go here in this first half. Cabell Midland up 44-7, looking to add to that total right now.
Vaughn.
There's the snap. Vaughn around
Touchdown.
the right side. 2-yard touchdown run for Isaiah Vaughn. The extra point from Olivia Charles on the way. That one at the 51-second mark of the second quarter. It is now 50-7. We wait on Olivia Charles's extra point.
I think they're waiting for a couple players.
Yep, they are. They're waiting to run some in. They've got time. They've got plenty of time. 20-some seconds. Now we're inside.
Now they're going to give them a penalty. They're going to call a penalty on them for illegal procedure.
Yeah, they are. Oh, yep, they are. You're right. So they'll back him up 5. Charles will get a shot at it from a hair farther.
It's a good test for her.
Yeah, holding the football is
Fetty.
Jackson Fetty. Charles will kick it from the 15. There's the snap. Ball's down. Kicks up. That one is in and good. Plenty of distance for Olivia Charles. That makes it 51-7, and we've only got 51 seconds to go in this first half. It is, we started at 7 o'clock for one, but an hour for the first half, not bad.
Not bad.
Honestly, not bad. 51-7 your score. 2-yard touchdown run for Isaiah Vaughn. The extra point by Olivia Charles was good.
I'm just going to start calling out Midland players. So
right.
It's 51, William Haas against 7. I really want to go to all the way through. I would love to get some of these high numbers. I don't know whether it's going to happen or not, but this is a night you really wish you had fireworks, because it would just be like the 4th of July.
It would be. It would be the 4th of July here tonight for sure. It's been a good night of football here for this senior class for sure, as Olivia Charles prepares the kickoff. 51 ticks left in this first half. We will run through some scoring summaries when we come back in the halftime report. We'll talk a little bit about the Marshall contest tomorrow. They actually will be playing at the Joan after a brief absence. That was Olivia Charles on the approach. There's the kick. That one will bounce and be taken at the 37-yard line by Christopher McQuart. And he'll bring it out to the 40-yard line. And the Red Dragons will have 48.9 seconds to work with.
Take a knee. You got your starting quarterback hurt.
Yeah.
You're not going to make up a 44-point deficit. And there's nothing good that can happen from this other than a turnover.
Back to work for this St. Albans Red Dragon offense. There's the snap, hands it off. That is to Wilkins. Wilkins across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the pickup. That's actually Wilkins' biggest run of the night. With Leonard Clater calling the signals now. Wilkins, Leonard Clater 6'4", Tyreek Wilkins 6'6". Clater the senior, Wilkins the freshman. Same setup, 3 wideouts from the gun is Clater. He pitches out to Wilkins. Wilkins has got a little yardage, and he gets the first down at the midfield stripe. That'll move the sticks. That will only be St. Albans' 5th first down of the evening. But the Red Dragons do, in fact, move the sticks. They've got about 9 seconds to work with from just inside Midland territory. 51-7 is your score. Midland all over St. Albans here this evening from the Castle. Appreciate you listening here on 97.9 The River as we go back to work. Flags fly. And Clater looking for room to run as you hear the horn sound. He's still on his feet at the 40, 35, and runs out of bounds at the 33-yard line. And that will likely bring a close to the first half of action. But the officials are going to talk it over. It is a legal shift on St. Albans. It's declined, and that's how we will end the first half of action here on senior night from the Castle. With your score, Cabell Midland 51, St. Albans 7. We will come back with more action here from the Castle, second half action, and the halftime report as well here on 97.9 The River. Hey, let's stick with
at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Hi, I'm Sade, a student right here at Cabell County Career Technology Center, and I'm awesome. I have already completed the Law and Public Safety program, and I'm currently studying collision repair. No matter your age or background, we have a career technical program for everyone right here. Cabell County Schools, be awesome.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
That's it for today's show.
Have a great day today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bob and Sherry listeners, follow them everywhere.
They say that marriage is about compromise. Good night.
Good night.
Bob and Sherry, weekday mornings on 97.9 The River.
Hey, this is Luke Samons, Cabell Midland football coach. Our kids are awesome. Football and athletics give kids an opportunity to be a part of something bigger than themselves and to proudly represent their communities. Our kids work hard all year to be successful on this field and in the classroom, and they serve as positive examples for all students. Cabell County Schools, be awesome.
Are we having homecoming? Oh, man.
Next, we have Piper Gould. Piper's being escorted this evening by her
on senior night. 51-7 here as we're in the halftime, and they are announcing their homecoming court this evening.
This kingdom must be big. See how far along?
Number 2 is Olivia Charles.
I'm not sure.
Olivia's being escorted to the scene by her parents.
It's over by the
Dr. Mitch Charles and
I see
Dr.
that.
Paulette Weiner. Olivia is a member of the
Is
Albans
this maybe
School varsity
seniors
football
from
team and
another?
varsity
No,
soccer
This is
team.
everybody who's getting
Olivia Charles.
On the homecoming court?
Yes.
We only used to have, it makes a difference to me. I'm proud of all these kids, but we only used to have 2 per class when I was in school.
Well, here's what happens. All of the attendants, instead of voting and announcing at school, they actually have
Next we
all
have
the
Haley
finalists.
McCoy.
Okay,
class,
I
and
got
then
you.
they're announcing.
That makes sense.
Haley's being
Makes
escorted to the
sense.
scene by her
All
father,
right.
Michael McCoy, and her
Hey,
grandmother,
look,
Roberta
it's
Birdie
2020.
McCoy.
Do what you want.
Haley's a second-year
At
member
least
of
you're
our
doing a
varsity
lot.
cheerleaders.
Yeah, exactly.
Haley attends
true.
Milton United Methodist Church.
But at halftime, it is 51-7 as they are going to finish up this homecoming court announcement. They'll announce their homecoming king and queen, and we will talk some Marshall football when we come back after this break here
Next we
on
have Cooper Cummings.
97.9.
Cooper's escorted to the scene by his parents, Ed Cummings and Katie Keeney. Cooper's a member of the Cabell.
Orthopedics High School Game of the Week, presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute, is brought to you in part by Taxmasters. Visit Taxmasters ProBooks at TaxmastersProBooksPlus.com or call them at 740-867-8333. And Jason W. Elkins at Elkins State Farm Agency. Jason can help you find coverage that works for you. Jason W. Elkins, State Farm Agent, 4346 5th Street Road, Huntington, and the Governor's Highway Safety Program. You drive, you text, you pay.
Planning for a funeral is never easy, and selecting the right mortuary can be important. Family owned and operated for over 6 decades, our family has helped other families going through the most difficult time. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory can help you plan arrangements today or offer a pre-need funeral plan in line with your intimate wishes. And now, we provide Huntington's only on-site crematory. Call us for a free consultation. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory, serving the tri-state for over 60 years.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Been to Oscar's Breakfast, Burgers, and Brews lately? Notice anything new? How about breakfast served all day? Plus burgers served all day. In fact, everything on the menu is now available from open till close. And space, a heck of a lot more space, at their brand new location in the River Place Plaza in Barboursville. Oscar's Breakfast, Burgers, and Brews. Order online at oscarsbbb.com.
Going out? Hungry? Have kids? Looking for a fun, casual joint? Then Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington is the place to be. Bring the kids 12 and under on Tuesdays, and they eat for just 99 cents all day long. That's right, an entree, 2 sides, and a drink for less than $1. Plus, Tuesday at Roosters means a featured appetizer all day for just $2. Roosters will lighten your mood and not your wallet. And you can always enjoy your favorite sports on Roosters 40 TVs. Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington, a fun, casual joint.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
Are you nervous? I trust Huntington Federal. I believe in them, and I think they believe in us.
There it is. Hey, David.
Well, are you both together?
We're sitting here in front of our new dream home.
Well, I think we just made your dreams come true. Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? Hello?
Huntington Federal, making dreams come true.
Hello?
This is gonna be America's favorite breakfast. They just don't know it yet.
These are a few of my favorite
Wendy's is changing the game from this to a breakfast that eats other breakfasts for breakfast. Who says you can't have a Baconator for breakfast? Don't just grab a coffee, grab a Frosty Chino instead. And forget that frozen folded egg stuff. All of these have fresh cracked eggs. One bite and it'll be your new favorite, guaranteed. Try your new favorite today. We'll even deliver it. Order by 10 a.m.
So, interesting storyline coming up for the Herd tomorrow. And people actually going to get to go to the Joan tomorrow as well. Little victories at this point, Ken, for anybody who's a fan of sports, just being able to get in. And as you were saying, in the pregame segment, there's lots of adoptees in these stands.
I tell you,
that's all right.
There's lots of adoptions taking place every Friday. In the spare time, he will write songs and plays a couple of singles on iTunes. He is ready to perform. But they're right to joke around and considers himself the comedian of his mask. Nino Roberts. With both the guidelines issued by Cabell County Schools as well as the Cabell Huntington Health Department. And we've been very fortunate, I think, in this county that both entities have worked very hard to keep the students and the people safe. And
you're right.
My biggest hope tomorrow junior class princess and prince. As Chris Tatum likes to say, the color by numbers map comes out.
Junior class princess is
that each school who has earned the right to participate in extracurricular activities, whether it's band, cheer, or football, cross-country soccer, whatever the case may be, gets the opportunity to participate. A lot of times people don't see the work that the kids put in, they only see the end result. But for every kid that you get to see
your junior class is
compete in a meet or do whatever, there's
Nemo Roberts.
Hours of practice, dedication, studying, and particularly under the time frame here where there was no guarantee that you were actually going to be able to demonstrate. So good luck.
We're ready to move on to our homecoming representatives for the class of 2021, our senior class.
A lot of academic
starting with Alexandra Lexi Bart.
Different things that have been pushed back as well. So
now, one interesting scenario for this football team, however, is kind of the playoff picture because we were talking, they're weighing out what the scenario is going to be, and of course, you know, they've announced changes to who can play who based on color map and whatnot. And as it stands, Cabell Midland is yellow, meaning that they can play another school that's yellow.
Next we have Kylie Fisher.
Is that the way that
works?
So
parents Chad and Molly Fisher. Kylie's a 40-year varsity tennis player, was team captain her junior and senior year. Kylie's a member of the National Honor Society, Move, Alpha Theta, Teen Summit, Leo Club, Spanish Club, senior class treasurer, and was recently awarded Wendy's High School Heisman nomination for Alabama High School.
Where higher
She's actively involved with the youth group of Steel Memorial Church. Kylie Fisher.
In order to play a team that was color eligible.
Next we have Haley Martin.
You get the benefit
Haley's being asked for the team by her grandfather, Glenn Clay. Haley is the captain of the girls soccer team and helped lead our 2017 girls soccer team to their state championship. Haley is also a member of Young Life chapter Cabell High School. Haley Martin.
If you get a situation, hypothetically, where Midland is a gold county Saturday afternoon, do they forfeit that seed down to play another gold team just so that they can play? And I mean,
our senior king candidates first, Josh Banzan.
You get the opportunity to.
Josh is being asked for the team by his parents, Jasper and Stacy Banzan.
Due to the fact that the team
Josh is acting with a Mount Calvary youth group and enjoys spending time with his friends.
So I think you're going to see some negotiation in regards to that, how that is going to play. And if anything, if we've learned anything throughout this entire process, it says just when the rule is announced, if you just wait long enough, you're going to see an exception or a modification.
Well, it's interesting. It's an interesting scenario because some of those teams, like you said, could
they
slide down into a lower seed in order to play a county if they're eligible to play. So all of those things and all those questions, I'm sure, will be answered as they try to figure out that playoff picture and get things worked out for these kids because they've tried so hard. And I'll say this. I mean, it's just kind of the elephant in the room. They've adjusted to make sure that these kids have had at least some extracurricular activity.
Oh, absolutely.
And our final king candidate is Jesse Myers.
The administrators, everyone.
Jesse's being asked for the team by his mother, Alicia Myers. Jesse enjoys being a member of the Cabell Marching Knights Color Guard, enjoys spending time with his band family. In his spare time, he enjoys spending time with his friends.
I will say this is the one thing that I've also sort of thought about this. There has been a talk, and it was discussed today.
Gotcha.
And similar to what my mother used to do. Sometimes she used to tell me, what was going to happen before it actually happened. Usually when I got in trouble, there has been a discussion that they may shut it down.
We're ready to announce our 2020 homecoming queen and king.
Well, based on their numbers and their
2020 homecoming queen for Cabell High School
thought
is
process is there. But again, I don't know.
Haley Martin.
Right, wrong, or different. I think there's a way to be responsible for people to be responsible and still be able to do some things. So hopefully, playoffs, competitions, academic or otherwise, all get to go on at least as some sort of normal. But we will try to have all that information for you as the week plays out. But for now, we're going to go ahead and jump away and take our last break of the halftime report. We will come back with some second half action as the Cabell Midland Knights now lead it at halftime over the St. Albans Red Dragons by 51-7. We'll come back with more action from the Castle right here on 90.
Hi, I'm Sade, a student right here at Cabell County Career Technology Center, and I'm awesome. I have already completed the Law and Public Safety program, and I'm currently studying collision repair. No matter your age or background, we have a career technical program for everyone right here. Cabell County Schools, be awesome.
Are you nervous? I trust Huntington Federal. I believe in them, and I think they believe in us.
There it is. Hey, David.
Well, are you both together?
We're sitting here in front of our new dream home.
Well, I think we just made your dreams come true. Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? Hello?
Huntington Federal, making dreams come true.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Looking for fair prices, professional service, and the most customer-friendly shop in the tri-state? Then Freedom Gun & Pawn in Lavalette is your kind of place. Freedom Gun & Pawn has the best selection of new, pre-owned, and vintage firearms, plus a large stock of ammo and accessories. Freedom Gun & Pawn is everything you want in a gun and pawn shop. Freedom Gun & Pawn, proud to support our local high schools and communities. Across from Food Fair in Lavalette, online at freedomgunandpawn.com. An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
What's going on?
Hey, this is Luke Samons, Cabell Midland football coach. Our kids are awesome. Football and athletics give kids an opportunity to be a part of something bigger than themselves and to proudly represent their communities. Our kids work hard all year to be successful on this field and in the classroom, and they serve as positive examples for all students. Cabell County Schools, be awesome.
Planning for a funeral is never easy, and selecting the right mortuary can be important. Family owned and operated for over 6 decades, our family has helped other families going through the most difficult time. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory can help you plan arrangements today or offer a pre-need funeral plan in line with your intimate wishes. And now, we provide Huntington's only on-site crematory. Call us for a free consultation. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory, serving the tri-state for over 60 years.
The field, we're ready for second half action as the Cabell Midland Knights lead it at halftime, 51-7. Your homecoming king and queen, Drew Elkins, the king, and Haley Martin was your queen. And interestingly enough, Olivia Charles was the princess for the 10th grade. So one of your Cabell Midland Knights also out there representing the homecoming court. So Drew Elkins, Haley Martin, your king and queen for homecoming night here at Cabell Midland. Both teams making their way out. Cabell Midland coming out doing a little dance, if you will.
It looks sort of like remember the
Titans. Yeah. They were doing.
But the kids will probably tell you it's TikTok.
Yeah.
But it was a little TikTok dance I've seen them do on Saturdays, and Sunday, and I think they did it outside the eyes of their coach.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, they were kind of in the front, and everybody else was in the back. Because
Yep.
I don't think he dances.
Yeah, I think you're right. He do those Crocs dance? That's what I want to know.
No, but I did hear something. This is kind of funny.
What's that?
Apparently, there was a discussion about who's got the juice.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and the discussion went something about they needed to have the juice. One of the kids asked the coach, did he have the juice? And he said, of course he has the juice. So, in case we need to know who has the juice, Coach Luke has the juice.
It's Coach. And by the way, for those of you listening to the broadcast over on the Facebook feed, we cut off right as they were getting ready to announce the king. They had announced everyone else, and they say, and the homecoming king is, and we cut the commercial. So we're sorry for that. But Drew Elkins, if you didn't hear, was the homecoming king.
Well, you got to tune in next season.
Right.
It's called a cliffhanger.
Yes, that would have been a cliffhanger for sure.
It's a cliffhanger. Who's
Cliffhanger
the king?
for sure. Yeah, cliffhanger for sure.
All right, so let me tell you what our cliffhanger is. What's going to be the final score?
Oh, I'm going to say 72-14.
And that's probably good. 3 scores.
72-14.
There'll be a running clock, I think, in the fourth if the margin stays 35 or more. But the scariest thing right now for me is that how do you tell a team that hasn't played in a month that they're not supposed to play?
Hold back, yeah, right. And we talked about that a little bit. And that's the thing. And the other thing besides, the team that hasn't played, but a lot of these seniors in their last, potentially their last game.
And they were supposed to actually have 6 home games this season.
Right.
So this was going to be a heavy season
to
showcase. And this is something that the athletic director and the football coach actually gets together.
Yeah.
And I think they have planned this out. So now you've had 2 instead of 6.
Yep.
These kids are getting a chance to showcase their skills to their parents who are not allowed to practice.
Right.
Your nana, your pop-pop, your significant other.
Well, and think about it, that first game here, they weren't all allowed here either.
Absolutely.
So you had a limited fan base here that first game. So, lots of different going on here for this senior class, and you hated to see that, but they're getting to play here tonight. They got to have homecoming. They're getting to have senior night, and hopefully next week I'm going to tell you about playoffs as well. Hopefully the playoff thing opens up and they can get some playoff games in. As a matter of fact, our good friend Jason Toy, who's out in Phoenix for the NASCAR race this evening, doing his thing out there. This should be our last broadcast without him, so he'll join us depending on how things roll out for the rest of the postseason, and he'll be back with us for the remainder of the 2020-2021 season, which will hopefully be playoffs for these Cabell Midland Knights.
And I'm going to enjoy listening to you and Jason in my warm home.
I'm going to say, man,
in my warm
home. Bundle up and come on back. That's what I say. Bundle up, come on back.
I tell you what, I don't know. I'm sort of, ever since I've been here, they haven't lost. So
I feel like you need to be here.
I'm sort of like their Jabu.
Major League. Yeah.
I
feel. Of course, they haven't lost since I've been on their broadcast either.
True, but my win streak is longer.
That's true. I would agree with that.
Toy and I have the same win streak.
I'd agree with that.
We don't count the championship because they said we couldn't do it. We really
that's right. I remember doing that with Huntington High. Same deal. Yeah.
We truly believe had we been there,
they'd have won.
We made a difference. Now, Toy was a gamer because he did pregame out in the parking lot.
Right. I got to be honest with you. And I saw him up there and went up there myself and watched. But I gotta agree with that with that sentiment. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. Before we get into the second half of action, we've got just about a minute or so to go here from the Castle. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with second half action here from the Castle. This is Cabell Midland Football on 97.9 The River.
Oscar's breakfast, burgers, and brews lately? Notice anything new? How about breakfast served all day? Plus burgers served all day. In fact, everything on the menu is now available from open till close. And space, a heck of a lot more space, at their brand new location in the River Place Plaza in Barboursville. Oscar's Breakfast, Burgers, and Brews. Order online at oscarsbbb.com.
Did you know when you send or receive a text message, you take your eyes off the road for 5 seconds? At 55 miles per hour, that's like driving more than the length of a football field blindfolded. As a result, thousands of people die every year in crashes related to distracted driving. That's why we're cracking down on people who text or use their smartphones while driving. We would rather you cross the goal line alive. Law enforcement officers write tickets to save lives. Don't text and drive.
Welcome back to the Castle. Kent Bryson and Chris Tatum with you here for senior night, homecoming night, and the last official regular season game here from the Castle, where your Cabell Midland Knights lead it 51-7. We've got 12 minutes on the clock, and both teams have made their way out on the field to start things off here in the second half. Olivia Charles will kick it away for the Cabell Midland Knights. St. Albans, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players on the field. Now they bumped the 11th person out there, over on the far sideline. They've had some personnel issues this evening, a couple of times with too many, a couple of times with too little. But now they're ready to go. They've got their squads out on the field. Olivia Charles kicks it away. That one is going to be taken at the 25-yard line, and that's going to be taken by DeMontez Johnson. He's out across the 30 and 35. Taken down at the 35-yard line, and that's where the Red Dragons of St. Albans will take over, 1st and 10. The tackle made by number 51, that is Will Hass. 1st and 10 for the Red Dragons, 11:52 left in this third quarter, 51-7 is your score. The Red Dragons with the football, hoping to put a little something together here as we get started with the second half of football action. Calling the signals, Leonard Clater.
They have a new center, and it looks like a new guard in the game.
3 wideouts here to the left side and 2 to the far side right. Clater in the backfield from the gun. They send a man in motion. Clater gets the pitch out, and that is to number 6, who is taken out of bounds for no gain, possibly a loss of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That was Mason Moran, who stayed at home. That was kind of an interesting play. I mean, you really think if you're St. Albans, at this point the deficit is too great to run these option plays or different things that that they're running or attempting to run. I don't know.
Well, it certainly did not develop well for them as they get back to work. 2nd and 10, 11:42 on the clock, just underway here in the third quarter. Clater takes the snap, going to keep the football, and he's going to be covered up in the backfield. Actually scoots away from tackle, and now back out to the original line of scrimmage. He's got room to run across the 40, 45, and 50. Cuts back, now evades another Knight at the 45, 40, and now he's got room to run at the 35 and 30, and now it's upended. Ball goes out of bounds. He fumbles it, but the ball goes out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Finally making the tackle was Jaden Johnson.
And Jaden actually came from the far side to the front side, back to the far side, all the way through.
I'm just counting yardage, sorry.
Okay. They put him at, I think they gave him, 50?
Yep, 50 yards, exactly. You're right.
I heard my man.
50 yards, you're exactly right. 50 yards, 1st and 10 for the Red Dragons. That is their 6th first down of the evening as the Red Dragons look at 1st and 10 from the 24 of the Knights.
Oh, that's not good.
Nope. And the back is covered up immediately on the exchange. And you see Leonard Clater, he's frustrated there as just kind of holding his hands up to the sideline, not knowing what to do, but no gain will make it 2nd and 10.
That was a disaster. I mean, he was so slow developing.
It's been disastrous here this evening, that's for sure.
They got a new running back.
So back to work. Clater takes the snap, hands it off again, and nowhere to go. Forward progress is going to be stopped after a loss of a couple at the 28, 29-yard line. So 2 consecutive plays where the running back has had nowhere to go. And that's really going to be all she wrote there. It's going to be 3rd and 14. The Knights have stifled this St. Albans offense all night long. Clater in the backfield with a single back. 3 wideouts right, 1 here to the near side left. Clater calling the shots from the gun. Takes the snap right into the hip pocket. He scoots away from a defender. Now passes for the right side, and it's intercepted at the 9-yard line. So the turnover, interception by Isaiah Vaughn.
And that kid got ups.
So the INT for Isaiah Vaughn. So that'll be 1st and 10 from the 15 officially for the Knights after the interception for Isaiah Vaughn.
That's their 4th turnover on the night.
St. Albans has 6 first downs, and Cabell Midland has 12 first downs on the evening. The offense coming out on the field. Cabell Midland will set up shop at the 15. As we go back to work, Jaden Johnson brings his team to the line of scrimmage. Johnson under center, 2 wideouts, 1 to each side. Sends the man in motion right up the middle on the call. Cottle gets a yard, maybe 2. It'll be 2nd down.
And I really think that was a test run to see how his leg is. And he did not seem like he was getting a lot of push on that.
Well, hopefully he's all right for sure. 2nd and 8, 9:15 to go in this 3rd quarter. Jaden Johnson sets up the same scheme, a wide out to either side, caught on the backfield, man in motion, and they pitch out this time. It is to Isaiah Vaughn across the 20 and 25, scoots out of bounds at the 30, tried to cut it upfield, but he didn't have anywhere to go, but he gets out to the 31-yard line. It is going to be 13 yards on the pickup. 9 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
I really think Johnson's trying to suck up that safety, and the safety's not even looking at this point, but they're going to wait till that safety takes one more step at the line of scrimmage. He's going to pull that ball out, and he's going to hit that wide receiver.
9 minutes to go. The play clock is down to 10. Jaden Johnson, a wide out to either side. Caught him on the backfield as Johnson settles in, takes the snap, looking to throw, fires. He's got a man at the 39-yard line off the hands of Dragovich.
And he had it. He wanted to do the quick hitch.
Yep.
And let him outrun him. I think he's going to get – I really think they're going to go back to it. Dragovich has been a great senior.
Yeah, he has.
And I think they want to give him a chance.
Sure. It'll be 2nd and 10. 8:55 left here in the 3rd quarter. The play clock down to 20. Jaden Johnson with the offense at the line of scrimmage. A wide out to the right and to the left with Cottle in the backfield. They send Baden Gillespie in motion. The ball goes right up the middle and across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give them 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 5. And on the stop for the Red Dragons, Ashton Spangler. 5'10", 200-pound sophomore. 3rd and 5 for the Knights as they come back to the line of scrimmage. Same look for their offense, a wide out to either side with Cottle in the backfield. Jaden Johnson takes the snap, pitches out to Gillespie. Gillespie around the left side, across the 40. He's got the first down at the 45 and 50. Across midfield, taken down at the opposite side, 44-yard line. 20 yards and a flag is down.
It should be a hold.
And it is going to be against the Knights. That'll back it up and negate that first down for the Knights.
And that was a tight end actually on that side. I saw it when that defender was turning. He didn't have to keep his acquaintance, but he did.
3rd down and about 11 for the Knights instead of the first down after the penalty. 3rd and 11. As the Knights look to the sideline for the play, they'll hit the line of scrimmage. Dragovich will be the wide out on the far side. They'll bring a single wide out here to the near side as well. That is
Schmidt.
Chandler Schmidt. There's the snap. Johnson on the handoff. Gives it to Isaiah Vaughn. He's across the 45 and 50, 45. Room to run. Isaiah Vaughn is going to go 70 yards unless he's chased down from behind. He cuts back into the end zone. 70 yards on the touchdown run for Isaiah Vaughn.
Bye.
You got that right. 70-yard touchdown run for Isaiah Vaughn.
I tell you, that looked really nice. It looked really nice. And that shows a lot of effort, too, because Vaughn could have throttled it down about the 10.
He could have.
He would have been caught, but he kept pushing through.
He did. 70-yard touchdown run. Olivia Charles on the extra point attempt. 7:39 to go in the third. Charles with, that's right, Jackson Fetty holding. There's the snap. Fetty's got the ball down. The kick is up. The kick is in and good with 7:39 to go in the third quarter. It is Cabell Midland 58 and St. Albans 7. We will step away and come back with more third quarter action. This is Cabell Midland football on 97.9 The River.
At any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Hey, this is Luke Samons, Cabell Midland football coach. Our kids are awesome. Football and athletics give kids an opportunity to be a part of something bigger than themselves and to proudly represent their communities. Our kids work hard all year to be successful on this field and in the classroom, and they serve as positive examples for all students. Cabell County Schools, be awesome.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Back here on the river, Chris Tatum and Kent Bryson. Olivia Charles prepares the kickoff after the 70-yard touchdown run by Isaiah Vaughn. Charles's kick goes to the 20-yard line. It is hauled in and taken out to the 27-yard line by Aiden Holbert. And that's where the Red Dragons will set up shop, 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. 7:33 left in this third quarter. If you are not familiar with the rule, in the fourth quarter, if Midland maintains this lead, we'll be looking at a rolling clock in the fourth.
That was Jason Toy's favorite saying, rolling clock.
Rolling clock. So the Red Dragon offense back out of the field at the 7.5 mark of the third quarter. They're down 58-7 on senior night here for the Cabell Midland Knights. As we've got an official's timeout, and it looks like DeMontez Johnson.
Is it equipment?
Yeah, I think it's an equipment issue, and
it's pads, maybe? I see,
yeah,
I can see all the back pads, rib pads.
Something's going on.
Oh, he's got his pads on outside his jersey.
Oh,
he's got his rib pads on.
That would be it then. So they're going to make him fix that. And St. Albans goes back to work. Looking to pass is Leonard Clater. He's going to tuck it and run. He's out to the 30-yard line, and he gets hit pretty hard out to the 32. 4 or 5 yards on that carry, 7:20. The clock rolls here in the third quarter, 58-7 in favor of the Knights.
And I got to tell you, that was Tommy Lemon, another senior on this play. I mean, this is an incredible heart by Lemon throughout the season. He suffered an injury against Polka, but he actually plays a lot in their pass sets. Really incredible tackler. I don't think he's afraid of anyone that he comes in contact with.
Back to work for Clater. He's going to keep the football again. He's got the first down and more across the 40-yard line, where he's upended at the 42. So a 10 or 12 yards on that carry gives St. Albans their 7th first down of the night. 1st and 10 for St. Albans from their own 42-yard line. 6:40 left in this third quarter. Clock continues to roll. 58-7 your score. Cabell Midland up in this one from the Castle. St. Albans Red Dragons. Single back set for Clater. 2 wideouts to either side for the Red Dragons. There's the snap, looking to throw. Fires left side. He's got a receiver at the 48-yard line. It's caught by Christopher Marquardt. And Marquardt, there's flags all over the place.
That is not a flag. That is not. He hit that man on his arm. That was awful.
Well, they're gonna
pick this up.
Yeah, they may pick it up, but the pass over to Marquardt, and he was tagged at the 49-yard line and just
they're calling targeting.
They took a shot And
How do you target an arm? He hit that man in the arm.
They're going to mark it off as a targeting call. And they'll march that football all the way to the 35-yard line.
The kid held his arm. He literally is holding his arm because that's where he got hit at.
So the ball rests on the 35. It'll be 1st and 10 by virtue of the penalty from the 35. And back to work for this St. Albans offense. Clater in the gun, 3 wideouts right, 1 here to the near side left, and a single back. That's Wilkins. There's the snap. Clater going to keep it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And he's taken down at the 29. Give him 6 yards on the carry, 2nd and 4.
You know why that was a bad call?
Why is that?
Because
the St.
Albans team didn't even complain.
Right.
They didn't complain.
And the question is, can that player stay in the game because of the targeting call? That I'm not sure of.
In high school ball in West Virginia, you can't be ejected for targeting, but they had to consider it to be flagrant.
Right.
And so in this particular situation, as it wasn't a flagrant type of play, he is allowed to stay. But I got to tell you, like, even when all the kids on the field kind of looking at you, was like, really? You don't give us a flag on that?
The handoff from Clater to Wilkins is a loss of 2. It'll be 3rd and 7 now for the Red Dragons. 4:50 left in the third quarter. 58-7 is your score. Cabell Midland all over the Red Dragons here this evening on senior night as St. Albans goes back to work. Empty backfield for Leonard Clater. 3 wideouts right, 2 to the left side here closest to us. Now Clater looking to throw. Fires. Left side. Corner of the end zone. He's got a man. He has to come back to it. It's intercepted. Cabell Midland's Jaden Johnson has the football, brings it out to the 10, and it's going to be taken down at the 10-yard line. They're going to give him forward progress out at the 12, but it was intercepted.
He threw it in double coverage.
He did.
If Jaden didn't get, Mason Moran would have.
Yep. And the pass was intended for Christopher McQuart, but Johnson had to come back to it. It was intercepted. McQuart never really had a shot at it, and Midland will take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. 58-7 is your score. 4:23 left in this third quarter.
What are they saying? There's something going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Are the players too close?
I don't know.
It looked like he was pointing to the side. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's saying the players were too close.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's making them socially distanced. Never seen that call before.
Yeah. So back to work for this Cabell Midland offense with just under 4.5 to go here in this third quarter. 58-7. Jaden Johnson sends a single wide out to the left side. He'll settle in under center. Flags will fly. And
delay a game?
A delay a game, maybe. And Nope. What'd they call? It is delay a game. It was delay a game.
He called this, though. Delay a game is this. He
delays this. What'd he do?
He crossed his arms like this in front of us. I don't know what that call is. But they didn't move the ball.
They moved They did. They moved it back 5.
Okay.
4.5, just under 4.5 to go. 1st and 15 after the penalty. Johnson takes the snap. Right up the middle of the ball goes. Out to the 10-yard line. So about a 3-yard pickup for the Knights there. It'll be 2nd and 12 from the 10-yard line.
I got to tell you, Cotto's going to probably get a couple more carries in this quarter. But unless he can show them that leg is fit, they're probably going to sit him for the playoff. I mean, sit him until next week.
Yep.
Which is where he's of more benefit to you.
For sure. There's the snap. Johnson hands it off around the left side, out to the 20, 25 and 30, 35 and 40. Baden Gillespie still on his feet at midfield. He's got a man to beat. Now cuts right. He's at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. A 90-yard run for a touchdown for Baden Gillespie. Wowee.
Did we give him that as his moment?
I think you're right.
Because I really thought he was caught at the 40.
I did too.
3 St. Albans defenders actually passed him at the 40, and then he went across the field and passed him.
Extra point on the way.
They called a flag?
What? Where?
They called it back at midfield.
What?
There's a flag at midfield. He picked it.
No,
he just picked it up.
No,
Yes,
he
he
picked
did.
it up. He picked it up.
No, he's going to assess it, though. It's against somebody for something.
Well, they're giving him the touchdown.
It's got to be unsportsmanlike.
It's got to be.
They're
yeah.
balling sportsmanlike
Yeah.
against somebody, but they haven't announced who it is. But there was a flag at midfield.
Olivia Charles will attempt the extra point. It is 64-7 with 3:32 left in this third quarter. Jackson Fetty to hold. Charles sets up in formation. Ball's down, kicks up. Olivia Charles is perfect tonight. 64-7 your score. Back with more third quarter action here on 97.9 The River.
It's got to be.
Looking for fair prices, professional service, and the most customer-friendly shop in the tri-state? Then Freedom Gun & Pawn in Lavalette is your kind of place. Freedom Gun & Pawn has the best selection of new, pre-owned, and vintage firearms, plus a large stock of ammo and accessories. Freedom Gun & Pawn is everything you want in a gun and pawn shop. Freedom Gun & Pawn, proud to support our local high schools and communities. Across from Food Fair in Lavalette, online at freedomgunandpawn.com.
Gonna be America's favorite breakfast. They just don't know it yet.
These are a few of my favorite
Wendy's is changing the game from this to a breakfast that eats other breakfasts for breakfast. Who says you can't have a Baconator for breakfast? Don't just grab a coffee. Grab a Frosty Chino instead. And forget that frozen folded egg stuff. All of these have fresh cracked eggs. One bite and it'll be your new favorite. Guaranteed. Try your new favorite today. We'll even deliver it. Order by 10 a.m.
Welcome back to the Castle. 3.5 to go here in this third quarter after a 90-yard touchdown run by Bagan Gillespie. Olivia Charles stays perfect on the night to make it 65-7 rather. She has had a good night and a busy night, actually. 65-7 is your score. She goes back to work. The kickoff from the opposite 45 because of the personal foul on the touchdown run. So they move the kickoff to the 45 of the Red Dragons, and Charles will kick it away. That one is going to go to the 7-yard line, around the right side of the 10 and 15 to the 20, out to the 25, and taken out of bounds. And there's a flag on a late hit. So the flags fly over on the far sideline, and that's going to be the result of a late hit. They will move that ball and assess that penalty against the Cabell Midland Knights.
They're handing out penalties tonight.
3:23 left in this third quarter. 65-7 is your score. St. Albans will have the football after the penalty is assessed. They'll bring it out to the 40-yard line. And that's where the Red Dragons will start this offensive series. Red Dragon offense now comes out from the sideline. 3.5, just under 3.5 to go in this third quarter. Midland all over the Red Dragons of St. Albans, 65-7. It has been all Midland all night long.
The only thing we don't have is an interception return.
We did have an interception, not returned, though.
And I don't think we've had a kick return either.
Nope, you're right. Back to work for the Red Dragons. Clater takes the snap, hands it off to Wilkins. He gets a yard on the carry, make it 2nd and 9. Not much going there right up the middle. And Gillespie, Clater to Wilkins, actually. Wilkins just sometimes looks like he is moving in slow motion to me. You're right about them not playing with any urgency here this evening, Kent. They have played with zero urgency. And it's been a long night for them.
Very much so. It looks like Midland is actually putting in some different players. I see a lot of new jerseys out here.
Clater from the gun. Wilkins in the backfield. There's the snap. He's looking to throw. Clater now pulls it down. He's going to run. Now fires for the sideline. He's got a man and about 7 or 8 yards on the pitch and catch there to Cooper Lane Sturgill.
It looks like a tackle was actually by Lemon and 21 Caden Gillespie. But we got some Knights of the future here. I see Ryan Wolf is out playing Looks like Will linebacker. Number 12.
7 yards on the pickup for the Red Dragons and makes it 3rd and 3 from the 47. Clater from the gun. Single back and a man to the short side right. He'll go in motion. There's the snap. Hands it off. Wilkins had nowhere to go. The Knights shot through that line like 2 bullets.
And that was number 48.
And Palmer Riggio as well.
Isaiah Hagley.
Yep. So Isaiah Hagley, he comes in with Palmer Riggio to make the stop. And it is 4th down and 6 after a 2-yard loss. Or 3-yard loss, rather.
And it's actually kind of interesting because number 12 playing free safety is listed as Alex Smith. He's listed as a quarterback. So you actually got 2 quarterbacks, he and Ryan Wolf, who are playing defense right now.
St. Albans to punt it away. Free kick for them. Nobody's back there. That one's going to bounce and roll and stop dead at the 24-yard line by Aiden Holbert, and that's where the Knights will take over. 1st and 10 with 1:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 65-7.
And it looks like
is your score.
We've seen the swan song. So normally you don't get to say this early on. Games are usually very competitive, but we're going to give our farewells to the Knight seniors who look like they have played, for the most part, their last downs, at least tonight.
So this Midland offense now comes out on the field. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line, their own 24-yard line. And they've got 1:10 to work with here left in the 3rd quarter. And a timeout for the officials, as it looks like St. Albans might be having personnel issues again. Count them up, Kent.
I got 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I got 11.
I got 11 too. I'm not sure
Maybe
what's
the
going
ball?
on.
Maybe
that's it.
Switching the ball?
Yeah, that could be it, but I'm not sure.
I don't see them.
They're
looking for
they're
something.
They're actually looking for something. I'm not sure what.
That's the ball.
So they made the official go over to the team bench to get the ball.
Well, which is kind of weird. I think they're saying that he took the Midland ball.
Yeah, right, because that is a Midland ball.
He took our ball. Well, they should have a souvenir.
Yeah, right.
They played hard.
Right. What an odd game this has been.
Every game against St. Albans is odd.
I agree.
They
I
opened
agree
up
with
the
that.
season with them, I think, last year.
Yeah.
But for some odd reason, anytime you play the Red Dragons, it's just a really odd game.
1:10 to go in this 3rd quarter. 65-7 is your score. The Midland Knights all over the St. Albans Red Dragons. Back to work goes this Midland offense.
And the new quarterback, it looks like it's number 8,
Ryan Wolf. Wolfie running the show for the Knights, takes the snap, hands it off. Around the right side comes the back across the 35 and 40, and that is Alex Smith. He's out to the 45 and out to midfield. Smith brings it out to the just shy of the midfield stripe. Tackle made by number 33, Jace Withrow.
I'll tell you, Alex Smith looks really good running that ball.
1st and 10. That is the 14th first down of the evening for the Knights. And the ball rests just shy of that midfield
They
mark.
don't have a play. They all just looked at the sideline and said, Coach, we don't have a play.
Wolf will bring his team to the line of scrimmage. A single back for the Knights. They send the man in motion. There's the snap. Handoff right up the middle. Just around the right hash go the Knights. Cummings across the 45, and that is where forward progress will stop him at the 44-yard line.
I tell you, we're trying to make jerseys out because there's so many new kids that are playing, and we want to give them their due as well. They work very hard in practice. So we have a tackle wearing number 93.
That is
Jordan
Ely.
Ely. And he's next to probably the tight end of the future, number 3, Michael Lunsford.
There's the horn sounding the end of the 3rd quarter with your score, Cabell Midland 65 and St. Albans 7. We will step away and come back with 4th quarter action right here on 97.9 The River.
Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week, presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute, is brought to you in part by TaxMasters. Visit TaxMasters ProBooks at TaxMastersProBooksPlus.com or call them at 740-867-8333. And Jason W. Elkins at Elkins State Farm Agency. Jason can help you find coverage that works for you. Jason W. Elkins, State Farm Agent, 4346 5th Street Road, Huntington, and the Governor's Highway Safety Program. You drive, you text, you pay.
Hey, this is Luke Samons, Cabell Midland football coach. Our kids are awesome. Football and athletics give kids an opportunity to be a part of something bigger than themselves and to proudly represent their communities. Our kids work hard all year to be successful on this field and in the classroom, and they serve as positive examples for all students. Cabell County Schools, be awesome.
12 minutes on the clock, and that signifies the start of the fourth quarter here from the Castle. Chris Tatum and Kent Bryson with you as we get ready for the last quarter of action here from the Castle. Next week sometime we'll find out what the playoff picture is, and we'll see if we can get some playoff games in. Hopefully 3 weeks right here, Kent Bryson. That'd be nice. But at 5-0 and the color codes to go, who knows? It'll be second down and 4 coming out of there. Second down and 4 for the Knights as we come out of the timeout. Ryan Wolf running or calling the shots, calling the signals for the Knights here this evening. He'll take the snap, hands it off. Around the left side comes the back. That's Smith. He's out to the down to the 41-yard line. Give him about 4 yards. That's going to be a yard shy. Was it 51?
Yeah.
That is William. That's Will Hass. It's Will Hass.
But I'm pretty sure I thought at one point he was playing center.
It'll be just shy of the first down mark. It'll be 3rd and 1, 11:35. The clock rolls here in the fourth quarter. Cabell Midland comes back to the line of scrimmage. They've got the play they want, and here come the Knights. Wolf.
That is Haas playing. I've never seen a run back wear 51.
Wolf keeps it himself around. You're exactly right.
You know, I confused him for his brother the other day. He's grown in the offseason. He looks more and more like JJ.
7 yards on that pickup. Make it 2nd and 3 from the 28-yard line. Midland moving the football. Wolf will get the play from the sideline, and the Knights will head back to the line of scrimmage.
Also playing in the O-line is number 57, Dylan Fain, and number 59, Ethan Black.
Single back set for Wolf. He'll take the snap and hand it off. That is to Cooper Cummings. Cummings gets to the 22-yard line. Give him 6 and another Cabell Midland first down. 16 first downs on the night for Cabell Midland. 1st and 10 from the 22. 9.5 to go here from the Castle. 65-7 is your score. Cabell Midland on top of St. Albans. Midland will come back to the line of scrimmage. And whistles and an equipment issue.
I think his helmet wasn't snapped. Are they sending him off?
I think they're just going to let him get it fixed, aren't they? Yeah.
I thought they...
Yeah, they're not going to send him off.
Okay.
So we're just going to get back to it. Ryan Wolf's going to come over to the sideline and check in with Coach Salmons and head back out to the huddle. Now Cabell Midland's got the play they like. They'll head back to the line of scrimmage. Ryan Wolf will send a wide out here to the left side. Wolf under center, takes the snap, whistles immediately off the snap. And they're saying roll the clock. Delay a game against the Knights.
And actually at center is number 53, Ethan Bills as well. I think I got everyone covered.
Midland will be backed up to the 27-yard line. 8.5 to go in this contest. 65-7 your score in favor of the Knights. Single back is Haas. There's the snap. Hands it off. That's to Haas. Haas is across the 25 down to the 20 where he's taken out of bounds. And it will be a 6-yard pickup, about 6 yards, and they'll get some of that yardage back after the penalty. It'll be 2nd down and about 9.
And he was actually the sophomore prince.
Yeah, that's right.
With Olivia Charles being the sophomore princess. So you probably...
There were a number of the football team out there in that homecoming court tonight. Pretty neat to see. 7.5 to go, just over 7.5 to go in this ball game. Midland back to the line of scrimmage. Wolf under center, takes the snap, hands it off. Inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line for Haas. Ball goes right up the middle to bring up third down and about 5 to go for the Knights. Tackle made by Ashton Spangler for the Red Dragons. Midland's Ryan Wolf will check the sideline now.
We're going to go check some records. Has Midland ever put up 70 on someone?
I don't know. I don't know that one.
I know someone who does.
I do too. He's sitting about 5 seats down from us. There's the pitch out in the backfield. And it's going to go inside the 10 to the 5 and taken down at the 4-yard line is Smith. Alex Smith on the carry down inside the 5-yard line.
Here comes a whole bunch of other players.
Yep, they are switching personnel in and out big time for Cabell Midland. It'll be first and goal from the 5.
Now they're missing 2 players now because they ran 5 off.
With 6.5 to go in the ball game.
3, 4, 5.
Midland back to the line of scrimmage. Wolf has a single back in the backfield with the wide out here to the near side. Wolf under center, sends a man in motion, takes the snap, and the ball goes right up the middle. The pile is at the 4-yard line, and that's where they'll stop the play. It'll be second and goal from the 4.
Here comes a bunch of other players.
Yeah, they are switching in and out a bunch. As you heard, Ashton Spangler on the tackle again for the Red Dragons. He's been all over the place for this defense tonight.
Here comes another one back in.
Just inside of 6 minutes to go here in this ball game. 5:45, as a matter of fact. 65-7 is your score. Midland on top of the Red Dragons. Cabell Midland back to the line of scrimmage. Single wide out here to the near side for a Wolf and a single back in the backfield. Under center he goes, sends a man in motion. There's the snap, hands it off. The back is into the end zone from 4 yards. Will Haas is in for the score from 4 yards out. 5:23 mark of the fourth quarter.
And this is going to be the test. They're going to put in a new kicker?
No. Why would they do that? Charles has been perfect tonight.
She's not coming out.
Not?
No. They're going for... No, they can't. They must be taking a knee. There's no way he's going for 2.
71-7 is your score. They are going for 2. Ryan Wolf under center.
He's got to be taking a knee.
Single back for the Knights. Single wide out here to the near side left. And they are, in fact, going to take a knee. And with 4:45 left in this ball game, the clock continues to roll. The score 71-7. They're going to get personnel back out on the field as quickly as they can. And the extra point, they take a knee, and they'll come back out and kick things off, and that should just about do the ball game, really, Ken. I don't think they'll waste much time. They'll not waste time getting everybody back out here, but they're also not going to run many plays, I can promise you.
They're running every clock they can. Every second is coming off this clock.
Yep, you're right about that.
They're not rushing them to get ready. The ball's not even set for play.
Nope.
The officials are out here at the 10. They're having a conversation about dinner.
Yep.
And, you know, that's usually your thing. Like, this looks like the same set of officials I think we had at Polka.
Yeah. I'm usually having a conversation about dinner right now.
You know every place in town that's open 24 hours a day. Across the state. Like, literally, he is better than Google.
When you've been doing this as long as I have, you just kind of pick up that stuff. My favorite place, though, my favorite 24-hour place,
is...
Everybody knows that.
Is what?
Tutors. Tutors at Nitro, man.
Yeah, Tutors at Nitro.
24-hour Tutors at Nitro. That is good for a road trip anytime. If you can save yourself on the way back from Parkersburg or anywhere up north to Tutors at Nitro, you do it.
All right, so we have a new kicker.
Who doesn't want a peppy at 1 in the morning, right?
My stomach, my acid reflux, all those things that you take medication for.
I hear you.
I think is this Wolf kicking?
Might be. I can't see the number now for sure.
No, it's 15. So that is Holland.
Yep.
Kobe Holland.
Kobe Holland kicks it away. It's taken at the 22, out of the 25 and 30. 35 is where the return man for St. Albans will be taken down. That is Mystery Man 6, as we've called him all night
long.
long.
We just call him FB6.
FB6.
Like X-Racer.
Yes, I like it. FB6. So the 36-yard line is where the Red Dragons will have the football. 2.5 to go in this ball game. 71-7 is your score. Cabell Midland will improve to 5-0 on the season. St. Albans will drop to 2-4.
And they actually still have their starters out offensively, so I guess he just wants to give them some success.
Yeah. Clater running the show for the Red Dragons. 3 wideouts here to the near side right, a single wide out to the far side left, and a single back in the backfield. That's Tyreek Wilkins. There's the snap. Going to keep the football out to the 40-yard line. Bounces off a defender to the 45 and 50.
He's going to take it to
He's
the
off
house.
to the races, and it looks like Clater is going to go the distance into the end zone. Touchdown. That'll be 64 yards on the return.
I don't know if
or on the run for Clater.
I don't know if I can even acknowledge that. I mean, you give the kid his due. He's running. He's a senior. But, come on.
Well, it's 71-13, and they're going to continue to let that clock roll. St. Albans is going to get an extra point try here. As Clater runs one off for a 64-yard touchdown run for St. Albans. And now they're having trouble getting their personnel on the field.
I think they still have to give them this, even if they run out of time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're not. They're not going to run out of time, and they're going for 2. And
That's
look
a big
look who that's to say. Look who they're lining up in the backfield.
He's a senior.
Number
That's not even
58,
right.
Andrew Vickers.
Oh, he got him.
And he did.
That's a big boy. Who's number 99?
For them? 99?
No, us.
Oh, for us?
That's
is
Mason. That's
Mason
the law
Warner.
firm.
Yeah, Mason Warner.
He wore 75 last year.
Yeah.
That was a great
Mason
play
Warner.
by the law firm.
Yep. For sure. So, with 35 seconds to go, your score is 71-13. The extra point, or the 2-point conversion, fails. And a reminder, tomorrow the state band competition is here at Cabell Midland. So if you've got some time, come up and see those kids. They did not perform tonight, but at halftime, but they are going to perform in the post game, their state competition show in preparation for tomorrow. So that is going to bring a close to this ball game. Senior night, homecoming, and the end of the regular season all wrapped into one.
Absolutely.
The Knights improved to 5-0, and the St. Albans Red Dragons drop to 2-4. We will step away for a quick break. We'll come back, run down scoring summaries, and close this thing out from the castle here at Cabell Midland High School. Back in just a moment here on The River, 97.9 The River. Say what? We're
at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Little General Stores knows West Virginia. But what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100-plus stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but Marshall Orthopedics, the area's only comprehensive sports medicine practice, is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Orthopedics takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
I thought they would sing the alma mater.
No, I thought they were going to sing the alma mater too, but they'll take Country Roads for win number 5. Kent, last time here at the Castle in the regular season for us. We welcome you back here on 97.9 The River. Chris Tatum and Kent Bryson closing things down after a 71-13 shellacking of the St. Albans Red Dragons. In the first half, at the end of the first half, it was 51-7 And in the third quarter, Cabell Midland just picked up right where they left off. A interception by Vaughn at the 9:40 mark of the third quarter leads to a 70-yard touchdown run at the 7:39 mark for Vaughn. The extra point by Olivia Charles is good, 58-7. Then at the 3:32 mark of the third quarter, 90-yard touchdown run by Baden Gillespie. Extra point good for Olivia Charles. She stays perfect, 65-7. And then the Knights score again at the 5:23 mark of the fourth quarter after we had been on a rolling clock the whole fourth quarter. 4-yard touchdown run for Will Hass. They take a knee on the extra point to make it 71-7 in what we thought would be the final score. But with a minute 40 to go, Clater takes it in from 64 yards out. He's a senior. He wants to do something at the end of his season, so he takes it in 64 yards on the touchdown to make it 71-13. The 2-point conversion fails, and that sets your final score here this evening. And, you know, for being out for so long and having games pushed back or canceled or this or that or the other, Cabell Midland came out this evening and played, you know, their brand of football and put this game to bed early.
And I told you when I said I want to put one word to describe what was going to happen, I said you're going to see perfection.
Yeah.
And you pretty much did. I mean, Midland scored on every offensive drive that they had.
Yeah.
They forced 5 turnovers plus a safety. There was one touchdown that was, you know, legit. But outside of that, I mean, really, if he wanted to, he could have put 100 on it. But I think he understands that he wants to give the kids a memory to sit on the field, to think about it, to soak it in.
Yeah.
And I think every kid got an opportunity to do that. But as the kids like to say, on to the next. So,
yeah, for sure.
What do we have next week?
Well, we have Color Map coming out. The color map will come out. We'll figure out what's going on with the playoff picture. And as Kent said, it could shake out strangely unless they stay in the color code that they're in. But still, it could end things up pretty weirdly at the end of this season. But for now, they finished with a perfect 5-0 record in the season of the COVID, if you will, Ken. It was a good
undefeated regular season.
Undefeated regular season for these Knights, and